What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Yoast WordPress SEO plugin, which is by far the most popular SEO plugin for WordPress. To install it, head over to your WordPress dashboard, hover over the Plugins tab on the left-hand side, and click Add New. And under the search field, put in the word Yoast. Click Search Plugins. And this will be your plugin installation page, and you want to choose the first result, which is WordPress SEO by Yoast. Click Install Now and Activate. Once that's done, you'll end up here, which is your plugins page. Now there's two ways to access the settings for the Yoast SEO plugin. The first is on your plugins page, just scroll towards the bottom, and under WordPress SEO, click Settings. But you may also notice that on the left-hand side of your WordPress dashboard, there's a new tab called SEO, and this is another way to access the settings of the Yoast WordPress SEO plugin. Now, I'm just going to walk you through the basics of the plugin, and in later videos, I'm going to go into more detail on how to use this plugin. So, first, let's head over to the dashboard. And here is where you can choose to allow Yoast to track your data anonymously to make the plugin better. I usually don't choose this. And then under Webmaster Tools, this is where you can verify, Google Webmaster Tools or Bing Webmaster Tools if you haven't done that already. The next section we're going to look at is actually the most important, which is titles and metas. And this is where you can choose the title tags and meta tags in general for your posts and pages, including your home page. So in general, you should just leave all this empty. So do not click any of these things, because what we're going to do is, when you publish a post, you're going to actually be able to put in a unique title if you choose to make it different than the title of the post itself. So if you choose this, it'll actually overwrite it for you. So next you want to click on the Home tab, and this is where you can edit the home page settings of your website, and depending on how your WordPress installation is set up, you can either edit it here or you can edit it from within the page, and I'll go over that in a later video. Next, we're going to go over the social settings, which is if you want to include Open Graph metadata from Facebook or Twitter, and this may or may not change the indexing of your site. Okay, next we'll look at Google+. Now Google+ is if you want to choose an author for the homepage, right? Now if you've set up Google+ authorship on your website, it'll automatically add authorship to posts. But for your homepage, that's not always a default setting, and Google doesn't always recognize the homepage author. So you would just choose your username from this menu. Next, click on XML sitemaps. And this just makes sure that you have a sitemap, which is obviously something that helps search engines index your website. And permalinks. Now this is where you can change the permalinks, which is just another name for the URL of your site. You can also do that within WordPress, and I'll go over this in another video. Next, we will look at edit files. Now this is something you don't usually want to change. So robots.txt just tells Google and other search engines how they're able to access your website, and htaccess is pretty much the same thing. So you usually don't want to edit any of these files. Finally, we'll go over some of the within post editing functions of Yoast WordPress SEO plugin. So when you add a new post, generally you just put your title here and your content here and click publish, and you're good to go. But Yoast adds a few new features to make your post as SEO friendly as possible. So when you scroll down to the bottom, you can see here that it gives you a lot of information about your post, right? And in another video, I'll go over how to use all this stuff. But this is basically where you can add your focus keyword or the keyword you're trying to target in Google. You can make a unique title if you want your title tag to be different than the title of the post, and your description. You can also click the Page Analysis tab and get some more in-depth information about how well optimized the page is. So that's all for the Yoast WordPress SEO plugin. I highly recommend installing it, and in later videos I'll show you how to use some of the most important functions of that plugin. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.